Let's continue to read in Ecclesiastes chapter 8 in the King James Version. Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. I counsel thee to keep the king's commandment, and that in regard of the oath of God, be not hasty to go out of his sight. Stand not in an evil thing, for he doeth whatsoever pleaseth him. Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, What doest thou? Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. Because to every purpose there is time and judgment, therefore the misery of man is great upon him. For he knoweth not that which shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be? There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither hath he power in the day of death. And there is no discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. All this have I seen, and applied my heart unto every work that is done under the sun. There is a time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt. And so I saw the wicked buried, who had come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This is also vanity. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil in 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before God. There is a vanity which is done upon the earth, that there be just men, unto whom it happeneth according to the work of the wicked. Again, there be wicked men, to whom it happeneth according to the work of the righteous. I said that this also is vanity. Then I commanded mirth, because a man hath no better thing under the sun than to eat and to drink and to be merry, for that shall abide with him of his labor the days of his life, which God giveth him under the sun. When I applied mine heart to know wisdom, and to see the business that is done upon the earth, for also there is that neither day nor night seeth sleep with his eyes. Then I beheld all the work of God, that a man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun, because though a man labor to seek it out, yet he shall not find it. Yea, further, though a wise man think to know it, yet shall he not be able to find it. Okay, so there was a lot here, sermon upon sermon. 7 was fully loaded. 8 has several things in it. The first thing is the first verse, and listen to this, because there was something that immediately hit me from Solomon telling us here in Ecclesiastes. Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be charged. So I immediately thought of one person in particular, Moses. Moses was a friend of God, and he asked to see the Lord, and the Lord said, yeah, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass before you, and then I'm going to proclaim my name, and I'm going to put my hand over you so that and you'll see, and then remove it so you can see the back of me, but you can't see the front, because he's holy upon holy. So he is the holy, okay? And so after that whole happening, Moses goes down the mountain. You can go back to Exodus to listen to that. And if you know exactly what chapters and verses, go ahead and put it in the comments. That's a question for you. And so he goes back down the mountain, and the people see him, and they're like, can you do us a favor? Can you, they were a little frightened. They were a little shocked. They were at some awe, because his face shone. Moses' face was glowing, showing. And it was like, yeah, he had been holified. He was in the presence of the Almighty, and so he was showing. So he had to put a veil on. He had to put a veil on to cover, because it was a lot for the people to see. And so that's immediately what I thought. But also, knowledge of the Lord. When you have that wisdom, when you have that knowledge, there's two reactions that I normally see. One is people who are in that shock and awe, that disbelief, that oh my goodness, do you know the answer? There's something about, even though life, right, you know all the emotions, but they see something. They see something in you and they say, you have the answer. You have an answer. You have something. What is it? I need to say something to you. I need to know what it is that brings you that peace, that comfort. And you know what it is. And you have a testimony about it. The other one. Remember, the spirit and the flesh war at all times. You'll get a look of disgust. You'll get a look of, how dare you? You'll get a look of fear and hatred. Why? Because the truth, when we walk in the Spirit, we reflect the Lord's truth. Not us, but Him. And remember that too. Not us, but Him. Not you yourself is righteous and holy, but Him who resides in us. And that's the same when it comes to being asked about what brings you that comfort, what brings you, what is that understanding that they don't have. It's the same. It is the Lord our God that resides in us. It is not us. Before we go on, though, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind? We'll read over this. How does it make you feel? And what does it make you think?